How to Fall Asleep in 2 Minutes, written by Lucy Vickers and published by Audiobooks Haven. If you're anything like me, your nights might go something like this. After a long, exhausting day, you brush your teeth, slip into your Zelda-themed pajamas, snuggle into bed, turn off the lights, and then nothing. And no, it's not the good kind of nothing. It's the frustrating, I felt like I would die if I didn't get into bed just 10 seconds ago, and now I'm wide awake kind of nothing. You start to squeeze your eyes tighter, wondering if maybe you're just not in a comfortable position. Surely that will solve the problem. But it doesn't. The clock ticks away, and you become increasingly aware of each second of sleep you're losing and the consequences for tomorrow. If only you could have slept at school or work. It was so easy then. But now, in the solitude of the night, you're left with your deepest, darkest thoughts and that relentless clock. Oh my God, has it really been 3 hours? If this sounds familiar, then this guide is for you. We've compiled some of the best advice and practices to improve your chances of falling asleep in minutes. We'll start with some tips to consider before you hit the bed, followed by a technique used by the U.S. Navy to help you fall asleep in just 2 minutes when you're lying awake. Let's begin with 7 things you should do before going to sleep. 1. Sleep in a cooler environment. Your thermal environment, particularly around your head and body, is one of the most overlooked factors influencing how easily you fall asleep and the quality of your sleep. If you're overheating due to heavy blankets, pajamas, or just a warm room, it can diminish slow wave and REM sleep. To fall asleep, your body temperature needs to drop by 2-3 degrees Fahrenheit, about 1.5 degrees Celsius. The ideal room temperature is around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 18.3 degrees Celsius. While it's not good to be excessively cold, a cooler environment is far less disruptive than a hot one. 2. Take a hot shower or bath before bed. You might think that feeling warm and cozy prepares you for sleep, but the opposite is true. When exposed to heat, your body radiates heat outwards when you step out of the shower or bath, causing your core temperature to decrease. This drops signals to your body and brain that it's time for sleep. 3. Put away the clock. Seeing the time and realizing how little sleep you're getting is only going to stress you out. Clock watching has been strongly linked to increased anxiety and wakefulness, so it's best to keep the clock out of sight. 4. Minimize or avoid caffeine and nicotine. Substances like coffee, cola, certain teas, and even chocolate can linger in your system for up to 8 hours, while nicotine is a stimulant. It's wise to avoid consuming these too late in the day. Additionally, try not to eat too close to bedtime. While some studies suggest that a diet overly rich in carbohydrates may hinder sleep, it's generally better to avoid going to bed too hungry or too full. 5. Exercise regularly, but wisely. Though being physically tired can promote quicker sleep, working out too close to bedtime can keep you awake. Aim to exercise earlier in the day, and if you nap, try to avoid doing so after 3 p.m., to ensure it doesn't interfere with your nighttime rest. 6. Relax before bed. If you're wired or tense, your brain won't be ready for sleep. Engaging in a calming activity, such as reading, within an hour before bedtime can help you shift into the right mindset. 7. Get sun exposure during the day. While you may have heard that using screens before bed is detrimental, which is true, it's equally important to get natural sunlight exposure for at least 30 minutes each day. This practice helps regulate your body's internal clock and promotes feelings of tiredness when it's time for sleep. Now that we've covered these helpful tips for optimizing your sleep experience, let's address the possibility that you're still wide awake. You might even be lying in bed right now, frantically searching for ways to fall asleep faster on YouTube, which led you to this very video. Don't deny it. In that case, you've already breached Rule 7 about checking your phone, but I won't hold it against you in your moment of desperation. After all, I won't complain about the extra view, In all seriousness, if you've tried all of these methods and still find yourself unable to sleep, there's a technique that the Navy is said to use, which can help you fall asleep in just 2 minutes, no matter where you are. I use the term allegedly because the studies concerning this technique are not publicly available. However, it is claimed that it was developed for use with fighter pilots, who often found themselves making avoidable mistakes due to the combined effects of stress and sleep deprivation. This technique was specifically designed to enable these pilots to fall asleep, even in an upright position, during stressful conditions. Remarkably, after just 6 weeks of practice, it is reported that 96% of the pilots could fall asleep in under 2 minutes. The method unfolds as follows. First, you need to systematically relax each part of your body. Start by taking a deep breath in. Once you breathe out, gently close your eyes and direct your focus to your facial muscles. Visualize each muscle in your face gradually releasing tension. If you find it difficult, you can begin by scrunching up your face, squint tight, and then let go to experience the release. As you exhale, allow yourself to feel your cheeks, tongue, mouth, and jaw relax completely, even imagining your eyes sinking deeper into their sockets. Next, methodically work your way down through your body, applying the same technique to each muscle group. Tighten and then release. Begin with your shoulders and then move to your arms, from forearms to fingers, followed by your chest, legs, and finally your feet. Remember to breathe deeply as you concentrate on facilitating relaxation throughout these areas. Once you've completed this guided relaxation process, the next step is to clear your mind and enter a meditative state. When thoughts about your day or random images arise, try not to dwell on them. Instead, allow them to flow past without attaching any weight to them. Engaging in excessive rumination can stimulate your muscles to contract unintentionally, which is not conducive to falling asleep. Similar to meditation, it's vital not to let those thoughts overwhelm you. Concentrate on your breathing, inhaling and exhaling gently. Alternatively, you could visualize yourself in a serene location, like a warm summer day swaying in a hammock, letting the gentle breeze carry you away. If you find it particularly challenging to quiet your thoughts, a helpful technique is to repeat the phrase, "Don't think, don't think, don't think," for about 10 seconds. While this may seem amusing or surprisingly simple, it's the consistent practice that leads to mastery. Many people have shared anecdotes online about how dedicating time to this method has yielded successful results. However, like most techniques, the key lies in regular practice each night. Although you might not find immediate success on your first attempt after several weeks, you'll likely notice a significant improvement in your ability to fall asleep quickly, assuming you don't have any underlying sleep disorders or other conditions. Now there's one more crucial suggestion that is widely considered the most important tip for achieving immediate sleep. Whether you prefer it or not, commit to going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, including weekends. I understand this can be challenging, but we are creatures of habit, and establishing a consistent routine allows your body to function like clockwork. After implementing all these strategies, if you still find yourself unable to fall asleep, resist the temptation to lie awake in bed. Research shows that remaining awake for prolonged periods can lead to anxiety, which only exacerbates the situation. Instead, get out of bed and engage in a relaxing or mildly boring activity until you feel sleepy again. This approach can help you break the cycle of frustration and ease your way back to restful sleep. Thanks for listening to this from Audiobooks Haven.